I just want to do a quick tutorial on how to create these pop-up boxes when you click on an icon on your PowerPoint screen that we're using for our visual JSAs. So what I started with is I selected a picture that I want to use as my icon, and you could really use any type of picture you wanted for this. You could actually have them click on a point in the picture and have instructions pull up. I've elected to go with an icon up here that gives the instructions. That way they don't have to have the note or presenter view open so they can read the notes. They can just select on the note card up here. So in order to do that, I've already dropped the picture for the icon in the corner. I'll zoom in a little bit here so we can see a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert, so you come up to where it says insert, a shape, and we do what's called a call out box. You could use any shape you wanted. This just seems to be the natural one for me to tie it to the notes. You then come up, click and drag, and it brings that call out box, drops it in. You can grab this corner, grab this little corner here of that, bring it up so it connects to the clipboard that I've got up here. I didn't need a very big one. You can change the size of that box depending on the amount of text that you have. I grab the text down here, which are the notes, do a right click, copy those, come up here, click in that box, do a right click again, and paste it from my clipboard. Now that's a little small, so I want to adjust the size of the text. I've been running about a 44 is what I've liked for the sizes here, so readjust the size of it. Now I don't like the way it's wrapping around there, so I can bring it over here so it's just straight in. I don't mind the location of it, so I'm going to leave it there. Now the next thing I need to do is animate it. So I click on animations. Once that's already, it has to be highlighted. Down here that box has got to be highlighted. I click on animations. I want it to appear. Now normally it'll just appear on a mouse click, and I don't want it to appear on the mouse click. I want it to appear on a different trigger. Instead of the just come up with the slide, I want it to trigger. So I'm going to click on trigger. It'll say on click of. I want to be able to click on that device, that picture. So when I click on that picture, so when I hover over this click of, it opens up all these options over here. And actually that's just all the pictures that I have. Well, I need to scroll down further to get down to the second to last one. That's the last thing I put in. Right before that, I put that picture in. So I click on that picture. Now that will appear when I click on that picture. Well, I want it to disappear when I click on that picture as well, because I don't want it to be there over the screen so I can't see the rest of the stuff. So I click on that area again, do a left click on that to highlight that text box or the call out box. I click on animations again. It's already going to appear, so I need to add an animation to that. So over here to the right, there is an added animation. I click on added animation, and it brings me this screen. And I need to come down here to where it says disappear. So I click on disappear. Now it's going to disappear. Now I need to tell it what I have to trigger it with. So I come up to this, there's the green one, that's the enter, that's the appear. Now I've told it to disappear. I do a right click on that where it says timing. I click on timing. It'll bring me a text box over here. I tell it to trigger. It's going to want to start on the start of the animation. So I'm going to go to when I click on a box. So I click on start effect on click of, and I have to find what it's going to click on, which was picture 2. Picture 2, I click on picture 2 and say OK. Now this should be done. I want to check it. So I always check myself. I go to slideshow, over here from current slide. It should bring up the current slide. So when I bring up the current slide, I'm going to find my mouse here, there we go. Bring up the current slide, I click on it, it appears. I click on it again and it disappears. And that's all it takes to do that pull down box.